Today, we are going to get into how you can really, truly master your focus and actually get things done. We're going to unpack the real secret to productivity. And I'll give you a hint. It has a lot less to do with the clock than you probably think.
Does this sound familiar to you? You sit down, you open your books, you spend maybe 3 hours at your desk, but when you look up, you've barely written a single paragraph. It is so frustrating, and it just feels like a complete waste of time.
Well, that feeling, it has a name. It's called the busy trap. It's this illusion of work. You're putting in the hours, but you're just not seeing the results. It is a trap that pretty much all of us fall into.
And this right here, this is the core of the problem. We mix up activity with accomplishment. We think that just because we're sitting at our desk, we must be productive. But the real progress, that comes from being focused, not just from being busy.
Okay, if just managing your time isn't the whole answer, then what is? Well, the real game changer is learning to manage something way more valuable, your energy. Let's break down this shift in thinking because it's huge. Time management is just about scheduling hours on a clock, right? But energy management, that's about matching your most important tasks with the moments you have the most mental fuel. It's all about working smarter, not just longer.
I want you to think about it like this. 1 hour of really focused studying when you're fresh and alert is worth way more than 3 hours of trying to work when you're tired and distracted. See? The amount of time is exactly the same, but the energy you bring to it, well, that changes absolutely everything.
So how do you actually do this? You can start by figuring out your energy zones. That high energy time you have, that's precious. Use it for your most challenging work, like starting that new essay or tackling a tough math problem. Use your medium energy for stuff like reviewing notes, and then save the low energy tasks like cleaning up your desk or organizing files for when your brain is starting to wind down.
Now, managing your energy, that's one half of the battle. The other half is defending that energy from its greatest enemy, distractions.
We often think of distractions as these big, major events, but the real damage, it comes from the constant, tiny interruptions. Every single notification, every quick check of social media, every, just 1 second task. They're like tiny little cracks in your focus, and trust me, they add up.
And it really helps to know what you're up against. External distractions are the things in your environment, things you can actually control. But then you've got internal distractions. Those are the thoughts and feelings that pull you away from the inside. Just recognizing both is the first step to conquering them.
And yeah, let's talk about the biggest distraction for most of us, our phones. Here's why that thing is so magnetic. Every little notification gives your brain a tiny hit of a feel-good chemical called dopamine. Your brain loves it, so it starts to crave more, which makes it harder and harder to resist picking it up. Over time, this whole cycle literally retrains your brain for distraction, making your focus muscle weaker.
Okay, so now that we get the problem, let's talk about some solutions. Here are some really powerful, practical tools you can start using to build and protect your focus, like today.
I want you to think of this first tool as your defense system. Before you even start working, you activate your focus shield. It basically creates a distraction-proof zone around you.
So here's how you do it. Turn your notifications off, or even better, put your phone in another room entirely. On your computer, stick to a strict one-tab rule. Close everything that isn't directly related to your task. Have a clear desk and some water ready so you don't have an excuse to get up. And if a random thought pops into your head, just write it down on a piece of paper to deal with later. This stops you from opening a new tab or picking up your phone, protecting your mental flow.
All right, now for the offense. The Pomodoro Technique isn't just about blocking distractions. It's about actively training your focus in these short, intense bursts. The cycle is actually beautiful in its simplicity. You set a timer for 25 minutes, and you give one single task your complete, undivided attention. When that timer goes off, you take a quick 5-minute break. That's 1 Pomodoro. After you've done 4 of these rounds, you reward yourself with a longer break. Simple as that.
And hey, if 25 minutes feels way too long at first, no problem at all. You can start with a beginner-friendly 15 minutes of focus, followed by a 5-minute break. The goal here is just to build up your focus muscle gradually.
Now, listen up, because what you do on your break is just as important as the focus session itself. Do not spend it scrolling. That just fatigues your brain and totally drains your energy. Instead, do something that actually restores you. Get up, stretch, grab some water, or just look out a window. Make your break a real break.
Okay, knowing all this stuff is great, but practice is what really creates skill. So let's turn these ideas into action with a super simple 3-day challenge.
Look, this is not about getting a perfect score, so don't stress. It's an experiment in self-awareness. For just 3 days, track what you worked on, how many focus sessions you completed, and what your biggest distraction was. Then just note the fix you tried and give your focus a quick score from 1 to 10. You will be amazed at what you learn about your own patterns.
So let's end with this. You don't have to fix everything all at once. Just think about tomorrow. What is the one small distraction you can get ahead of? Maybe it's putting your phone in a drawer. Maybe it's just closing your email tab. Pick one and start right there.